Well, good evening, gang, and welcome to It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn Williams, and I'm your host. And to my right and to your left, of course, is the lovely Valerie Eliason sitting here. And we are coming to you live from our beautiful studios here at BNN-TV. How are you, Val?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. How was your week and your weekend?
It was wonderful. I got to go out and enjoy the Arboretum a little bit.
Oh, you did get... Oh, that's right. You're a neighbor now, aren't you?
Beautiful.
Yes.
And I didn't have too much time, but I walked in and walked through some of the trees.
Well, you're right there. I mean, you can't miss it.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. It's gorgeous. I was looking at the map of some of the different places. They're cherry blossom trees, and it's just, I can't wait to explore more.
There's tons all over the place, so I will definitely let you know the great spots in there to get to see. We are coming to you live from our studio here, and you're more than welcome to join us. We're at 617-708-3290. Dave and the great staff of BNN are in the other room answering phones, so please feel free to give us a call. Let us know what's going on artfully in your community or in your life, or if you just have a question or something, you know, please feel free to join us.
Yeah.
So it's new and exciting. How's Klaus?
Klaus is wonderful.
Does Klaus have a new roommate now, too?
Klaus does have a new roommate, yes. My roommate's guinea pig, Etta James. And
Etta James?
Etta James.
Does she sing?
She's a great singer, yeah. She sings all the time. And rumor has it they're having a love affair because Klaus keeps hopping over to her cage and...
visiting.
Yeah. Checking her
Hey, that's
out.
great.
Yeah.
How big is the guinea pig? Because Klaus is like, you know...
Klaus is the size of a baby elephant. But guinea pig is about, and I made this size reference the other day and it got made fun of, but I'm going to do it again.
Okay.
He's about the size of a Chipotle burrito.
From which restaurant?
Chipotle.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go.
So about this big, but...
Klaus is overwhelming. I hope that Klaus is gentle.
He's a big guy.
He is, I'll bet. I have to send out congratulations to a couple of couples that became married couples this weekend. I was very honored to be at both of their weddings. John and Caitlin got married on Saturday. We're very, very proud. She's my niece. And the fabulous Rebecca was the matron of honor. It was really, really, really cool.
Weddings.
And then Mike and Julie down the Cape, I was honored to play at their wedding, and it was a lot of fun.
What songs did you play?
I played. I did two songs, well, 4 songs actually. When the parents came in, I'd written a song for my son called I Remember, and it's a song about remembering when he was a kid. And now he's grown up and he's kind of going off on his own to not forget some of the things that he did as a kid. So I played that as the parents came in.
That sounds wonderful.
It was nice, it was very fitting. And then there must have been 10 kids come filing in with roses and petals and all the ring bearers and all that, and I played Somewhere Over the Rainbow on the ukulele during that.
That sounds like a dream.
It was very nice. It was very nice. And for when she came down the aisle, I did another song that was written by a good friend of mine, Tim Casey, called Without You, and it's a song about what my life would be if you weren't part of it, and which is pretty. And then as they left, I did another song that I wrote for my wife when we got married 30 years ago, called By My Side.
That's so romantic.
I got my Janice cried, so that's...
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yeah, got the job done. So it was cute and it was fun, but it was great. It's an honor to be asked to do something like that. It's such an intimate and such a personal time for somebody.
Absolutely.
And it was from the beginning when they asked me 5 months ago. I'm that kind of guy. What do you want? What do you want me to do? It's your day. And she kept saying, whatever you want to play is going to be fine. So that was quite an honor. So I did.
That's so special.
I could have played, Long Tail Sally, but I didn't,
Yeah.
But I see, myself as a writer, I'm a complete mush. I write love songs all the time, so I have that kind of catalog of stuff. So it was fun.
So the wedding just came naturally for you,
Yeah, wedding
of course.
stuff comes natural, and I've done a number of them, so it's kind of fun to do. Plus, it's to the reception,
Oh yeah.
I'm not a spinning DJ. I'm not going to spin stuff at a wedding or something, and so we got some nice seats right in the middle of everybody. So it was a great wedding.
Did you do the chicken dance or the electric slide?
On Sunday night, if you're in Falmouth and you've got to get back to Boston, You don't stay till the wee hours.
No.
You know, and you don't leave too early. Thank goodness the wedding was at 3, so we didn't get on the, we weren't going to get on the road right afterwards. So we had dinner and stuff. We got on around 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Hour and 10 minutes, right up. Came right through, yeah. So it wasn't that bad of a trip.
Oh, good.
So you're moved in now.
I am
Are
officially
you literally
moved in.
on the Arboretum, or you're like on a block away only, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's like a 3-minute walk from the front of my steps right over to the front of the Arboretum, right there on Walter Street.
Yeah.
It's so close, and the Arboretum's so big, it's almost like, overwhelming, but in a really exciting way. I can't wait to just...
It's huge. I'm going to give you a tip. You come out of your door and you go up either one of the side streets beside you, Cotton. So you go up to Cotton and go up Cotton Street. At the bottom of Cotton Street is an entrance into the Arboretum.
No kidding.
It's like a back door. It's like the Rosendale back door
like
that
the
only
secret
Rosendale people know.
entrance. All right.
And when you walk in that way, it's incredible. You walk into it's just beautiful at that end.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Can you go in the wintertime? Because it must be magical in the winter.
Yes. Yes. The best time to go is if it's been snowing all night, even if it's still snowing a little. Get out the boots and go, because you're walking in winter wonderland, and it really, literally is.
Oh,
do it before the kids in the toboggans get up there.
That was my next question. I was going to say, the kid in me wants to know if you can bring your tubes and sleds.
There is a hill in your backyard called Peters Hill.
Okay.
All right, and it's the hill where you get up on top of it. There's the first Arbs and the second Arbs. The first Arbs are the best Arbs. They're in Rosendale. The second Arbs are in Jamaica Plain. They're beautiful too. But there's a hill in the first Arbs. When you go in that Cotton Street entrance, you'll see there's a road that goes around. You're walking around Peters Hill. It's almost a mile around. I'm not sure how big it is around, but at the top of that hill is another seating area, and there you can see all of Boston, and it's one of the most populated places besides Lars Anderson for the 4th of July fireworks, because you can see them from there. On the Esplanade. So that's where you want to, that's where you'll sit. But that is a hill that goes on and on and on.
That is the sledding
It's
hill.
the spot to go.
Okay, all right.
You guys will love it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's great. We have a great show tonight, but good friend Lisa Kaufman came by, and she's been a great guest of ours. She'll be coming on again soon, not too long from now, a couple of months from now. But she gave me something from the New York Art Connection that I think this is amazing. There's going to be a show in New York, and in Holbrook, New York. And what it is it's going to be a Bright Spirit of New England is the theme of the show. And it's an opportunity, I think, for some of our artists to get their work shown in New York. It's a little off in the future, but I think it's something everybody should be thinking about and getting ready to participate in, because it's an opportunity to get shown in another state, and I think to show off our work and our community and our part of the world here that we're so proud of. I think it's a great idea. And if you want more information on this, it's a little bit off into the future, but I think it's something that it sounds like this is going to be a mobbed show. So I think you want to try and get your information into Lisa as quickly as possible. I'm going to give you 2 ways to get in touch with her. I'm going to give you her email. It's LB Kaufman, CORFMAN @gmail. And her address, I love this address.
Oh, what is it?
It's 14 Grasshopper Lane.
I love that.
I want to live in Grasshopper Lane. It just sounds like
the address from James and the Giant Peach or something.
Yes, exactly. I expect to run into some Cheshire cats and stuff like that there. And that's in Acton, Mass. 01729. We're going to talk about this a bit, because it looks like it's going to be a great opportunity for a bunch of local, some of our cats to get seen in another location. The place looks huge. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, that's so exciting.
But Lisa will be on in a month or so. She'll be talking about that. Plus, she does all kinds of stuff. The first time I had Lisa Kaufman on, she was sitting right where you're sitting, and we were talking about some of the artful things that she's doing, and she's down here fidgeting like this. Yeah. I said, oh, boy, she's nervous. And next thing I know, out comes an origami swan. She puts it down. And we keep talking. We're just talking about art, and she's doing it. And another one comes out. And I said, that's great.
That's awesome.
So that's part of what you guys remember her if you've watched any of the shows. She's been on a number of times. But It's fun.
I've always wanted to learn how to make one of those swans.
I tried it, but mine end up looking like snowballs.
Okay.
I just don't have the talent or the patience that Lisa has to get it done. But there's no refolding for her. Everything is just right. And
That's awesome.
I have them at home on the shelf in my studio. So it's always fun to do. Let's talk a little bit about what you're going to do today. Today is your first fray. I put it up on the web page.
I'm really excited about it. I saw that.
I put it up just a little tease. I didn't tell anybody what was going to go on, but well, you know what? I don't think we'll talk about it. I think we'll just end up doing it.
Okay.
Okay. In your space now that you have, are you going to have space enough to have a little studio for yourself to work in?
Oh yes, definitely.
Because I know that you do a lot of work, and last week's guest must have been fascinating for you because of the collage and all of that.
I like using a lot of spray paint and stenciling too. Yeah.
Is there a space downstairs where you can do that?
Oh, absolutely. It's great because we have a pretty open back deck that I'll be able to spray paint on.
Good.
Even like a whole backyard and whatnot. But the space is so big and so open, and we have this giant dining room table that it's going to be so much easier to.
Yeah, it's nice to have a
creative.
space that you can be creative in, and especially over there where it's so natural. And the neighborhood is beautiful. You got some great neighbors. You're going to have some lot of fun over there.
Yeah. Our downstairs neighbors are awesome. They're always cooking. Every time I come home, I'm just salivating. It just smells so good. I go upstairs and I'm like, they have string cheese in the fridge, but I'm sure it doesn't taste as good as what you're making.
You can do a lot with string cheese.
You can, yeah.
There's no question about it. Well, the reason I'm asking is because I'm wondering if you're going to be able to get anything together to be in Open Studios this November.
Oh, that's true. Absolutely. Well, I have a couple pieces actually, not hung up yet because between the two of us, my roommate and I have an overwhelming amount of art.
Is your roommate's an artist too?
Yes, she is. She's
What
a
does
great
she do?
artist. She does a lot of mixed media, collage. She loves using different patterns,
You got to drag her in here. We'd love to meet her.
I would love her. I mentioned it to her. She would love to come in and show
She's
some
not
of her
like most
stuff.
artists. Oh, no. It's hard to drag her in here sometimes. Because you should be on Open Studios, because that whole area in there is infested with artists.
Yeah.
And it's a big part of the tour. So people actually walk up and down those side streets, down to Walter, up to
no
Fairview,
kidding.
and hit all the.
So you can put them right out on the sidewalk?
No, you set it up so that people come to the house. They come into the house and they look around and you're out on the wall, maybe a piece that you're working on,
Oh,
They
love
buy a
that.
piece, they take it home. It's regular Open Studios.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I'll get the information for you. It's if you go to RosendaleOpenStudios.org, I believe is the Facebook page. Just go to Rosendale Open Studios, and all the information is there to get hooked up with them. Casey Appleman's in charge over there, and I think that you'd fit in amazingly. It'd be great. They also have public places too, where you can kind of go and set up things. But I think Open Studios is definitely about people coming to your gallery.
That was one of my favorite things when I participated in the South Boston Open Studios.
Oh,
Was
so
there's
you've
this
done it.
great, the distillery is awesome. Such a great building, and you could just walk into people's studios and see how they work and see their environment, and it's just it gives a great sort of intimacy, and you really form an attachment to the art when you see where it's made and created. And
I think that's one of the most important things. Is one of the reasons we started this show was to kind of humanize artists, because people have a hard time saying, with artists, they're those people and stuff. But if you get to go into somebody's workspace and see how they're working on their work, especially if there's a wet piece over here that they're working on, and to kind of meet them and get the story behind the art, that's kind of like what we're doing here.
It's wonderful.
So I think it's a great thing for Open Studios to do too.
Absolutely.
I'll get you the information so you
Thank
can
you.
get it started. That'd be
Definitely want
fun.
to participate in that.
Well, we have a great show, but we're gonna take a break right now, and we're gonna. I forgot to do my regular thing.
Gotta talk
You
about
gotta
it.
kick me if I forget. We're very, very proud of our affiliation with our great friends, the Boston Main Streets program. Boston Main Streets is an organization that helps keep us on the air here, And the more you get involved in Rosendale, you're going to find more and more you're going to hear Main Streets all the time, because the Rosendale Village Main Streets group, which I've been involved in for 19 years, is like the template for how to do Main Street programs. And they revitalize business districts. You would not have moved to Rosendale 15 years ago. You would have not wanted to come and live in Rosendale, because it was a lot of crime, there was a lot of empty storefronts, there was drugs, a lot of drugs and violence. It was just a difficult place to call home. But a bunch of people stuck in there and worked with the Main Streets program, and now Rosendale's a destination, and it's solely because of that Main Streets program. People come from out of town to come and have dinner in Rosendale Square, and to sit at a concert in Adams Park, or to go to a gallery and see some art, or go and watch the baseball game over at Fallon Field. Or, you know, it's become some place to go and be. And the Main Streets program is absolutely the reason why. And they have been our friends and supporters here at BNN for many years now, and really, really appreciate what they do. So if you see someone in a Main Street t-shirt, and you will,
oh, yeah.
you're not going to be able to avoid them now that you live in Rosendale, thank them.
Yeah.
Tell them Val and Glenn said thanks an awful lot for supporting us here at BNN, because they're great. They only do it because they love where they live.
Their work was so evident too, walking through, taking a little walk around Rosy Village with my roommate. It was just all these unique little stores. We're talking to the florists, and just it felt so home-like.
Yeah.
And it was such a sense of pride that I live here, and this place is so cool. And
all right, I'm going to plunge you into the big major controversy. Is it Rosie, R-O-S-S-I-E, or R-O-Z-Z-I-E? Remembering how you spell Roslindale. Now, don't forget, I've been there for a long time. So.
See, I don't think I...
You don't qualify yet to...
I don't think I qualify yet. I've only been a resident for about a week and a half, so...
Oh, that's long enough. Come on, you got to commit. No. I am from the R-O-S-S-I-E
I think
gang.
I would do R-O-S-S.
Because how do you spell Rosendale? It's R-O-S. And it's not Rosy, it's Rossi.
Yeah.
Rossi Square.
I'm going to go on your side and go ROS.
Oh, you're a smart woman. At least till someone gets their hands on you up the Arboretum and straightens, explains how crazy I really am. But we thank them. It's such however you spell it, however you say it, it's a beautiful place to live, and we're very, very proud of it.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah. The other thing is this amazing building. There's a big party coming up.
Yes,
we have an anniversary.
The BNN 30th anniversary block party.
Yes, it's going to be September 13th.
I can hardly wait.
Yes, we're actually blocking off the street. Lisa, they're blocking off the street next to us.
Biney Street? How do you say it?
How do you say that? Bray Street.
Oh, was even close.
And it's the street that goes between BNN and the businesses next to us. It's not Washington Street. It goes between the two main thoroughfares. So we're going to block that off. We're going to have live music, dance. There's going to be arts, there's going to be food, there's going to be all kinds of music and dancing and, singing, and it's going to be a huge celebration. 30 years BNN-TV has been around, and let me tell you something, it is the place to come and do television programming. Well, if you're sitting at home, you say, you know, I can do what Val and Glenn are doing. You most certainly can. You can come in here. If you have a nonprofit that you're supporting and you want to get the information out about them, you go to BNN-TV.org. BNN-TV.org, yes, and contact Janice Williams or Jim Atwood. Jim Atwood's been at this since caveman days, and he has all of the answers and stuff. And Janice is in charge of getting members in here and getting the public involved and getting all that kind of information out, hitting the newspapers and stuff. So she has all of the information that you'll need to become a member.
Yes.
And do some programming. Now, there's two sides. Let's say this is the nonprofit side, News and Information, Channel 9, you're watching us now. If you, on the other side, Channel 23 is where members get to produce their own television program, write the content, do the shooting, sign out the equipment, all the cameras and stuff, and go out and do the shooting, bring it back here to the state-of-the-art Timothy Smith laboratory downstairs, and edit it on Final Cut Pro and get the right sound done, and then they put it on TV for you.
That's awesome.
Yes, so this is the place to do that. What's the website?
BNN-TV.org.
Yes, that's right. That's awesome. You got it. You got it. You're a keeper.
Thank you.
And also, if you go to that, if let's say there's somebody outside of the city or someone outside of the state that you want to know about the program, they can watch our program streaming live from there too.
That's awesome.
So
We have people in Florida, right?
Yes, we have people in Florida. We have people in Portland, Oregon. We have people up upstate New York. It's people in Illinois, some people in New Jersey, and we're going to get some people in New York too to watch our program. And what you do is you go to that BNN-TV.org and click on what's playing now, and we'll show up right there for you. How can people get to see this show later?
Well, Glenn, if you go to YouTube, probably about this time tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's all about the arts and the number
It's
one.
all about arts.
All about arts and the number one.
Right. If you go to your YouTube station, just type in It's All About Arts with the number one, and that'll get you right here. And if you want to send us a tweet and let us know if you have a question and you're kind of too nervous to give us a call at 617-708-3290, you can tweet us right now at It's All About Arts to give us a question or a suggestion or tell us what's going on. Awesomeness?
Sounds awesome.
Okay, great. Listen, gang, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to be back in just a couple of minutes with our news, with a news segment I think we're going to be very excited about. So listen, gang, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. My name's Glenn. This is Val. We'll be back with you in just a couple of minutes. Please do not go away. Thank you.
Comes a time when everybody needs to be with someone. Well, now's the time when I have realized you're that someone. How could I have been so blind when you have been there all this time? I need you, I want you, can I have you by my side? 'Cause I love you and I want you. Can I have you by my side? How could I have been so blind when you have been there all this time? I need you, I want you, can I have you by my side? 'Cause I love you and I want you. Can I have you by my side? Yeah, yeah. Now every now and then I get the feeling that you don't want me. But then I take a real close look at all the things that you've done for me. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Now how could I have been so blind when you have been there all this
Back, gang. Thanks an awful lot for hanging in there with us. I just want to remind everybody that this show will be up again on YouTube tomorrow around this time of day. If you go to your YouTube channel and click on, and put in It's All About Arts with the number 1, that'll get you right to our YouTube station. And right now it's the premiere. We're very, very excited to start this off, and I know that she is too, and I'm going to send you right over now. It's time for Val's View.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the first episode or segment, we should call it, of Val's View. We have some exciting things to talk about, some events and activities in this wonderful city of Boston. As the summer is winding down, it's starting to get a little bit more chilly at night. I know if you're like me, you want to squeeze the last bit of fun out of the weekends. So starting off, one of the funnest markets I think that's around in the city is the Greenway Open Market. It's right over by the waterfront. It's along the Wharf District Park area, right over near Haymarket. But they have these great vendors, all sorts of crafts, jewelry, clothes, lots of different handmade products. It's a really fun area to be. You get to meet different people, meet different craftsmen in the area, so go check that out. And also, since it's on a Saturday, it runs from May to October. If you're hungry, Haymarket is right down the street. You can grab some fresh fruit or some fresh vegetables. They also shuck some clams and oysters sometimes if the seafood guy is there, so definitely check that out. Secondly, I want to talk about folk dancing at the fountain. This is really exciting. It's a little bit of short notice, but it is going on tomorrow night. It's from 7:30 to 9:30. It's in Copley Square. So what it is folk dancing. It's free. You can go. It's with Andy Taylor Blennis. Beginners, totally welcome. If you're an experienced folk dancer, totally welcome. Want to bring the family, want to go by yourself and meet some people, but it's absolutely a total treat to be in the middle of the city like that, right in front of the library in Copley Square, and be doing some fun folk dancing. So next, we can talk about one of my favorite things to do on a Sunday is the SOA market. That's right over in the south end, south of Washington. It's on Harrison Ave. It's a really fun market. There's antique vendors. There's over 25 food trucks, over 70 farm and food vendors, 130 different artists and designers. I went down there a couple weeks ago with my mom, and we walked around. We got some sticky buns. We got some ginger ice cream from this great food truck called Batch. We go inside the big brick buildings. There's all these gorgeous antiques from like old airplanes. There's all these old Life magazines. It's such a find. Everything's set up like a maze. You can sort of walk through it and find all these different treasures. And fourthly, last but not least, because if you've watched the show a little bit before, you know the ICA is definitely pretty close to my heart. They have their First Fridays, and the First Friday is going on the 5th. It's called Endless Summer. So if you want to stop by down there, you can sit out on the big steps of the ICA. They're all illuminated. They're going to have an oyster bar brought to you by Island Creek Oysters, and they're also going to have a bluegrass band called the Lonely Heartstring Band. So you can go down, sit on the water, enjoy the view, sit under the stars, have some cocktails, some oysters, and just sort of hang out and mingle and enjoy the last cool nights of the summer. So I hope you get out and have some fun, check out some of those activities. And that's been the first episode of Val's View. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and I'm going to shoot it right back over to Glenn.
Thank you, Val. That was fantastic. Oysters seems to be something important. That sounds great. The dancing, I like the idea of the dancing. Val, thank you very much. That was a great segment. And right now, it's my great pleasure congratulations, Valerie. That was a great job. I really appreciate that. Right now, it's my great pleasure and honor to introduce you to our guest this evening. We're very, very proud and honored to have here with us Susan Rose. Hello, Susan. How are you?
I'm good.
Did you find us okay?
Yes, thank God for GPS. That's all I want to say.
Well, yeah, and GPS is a very important. They have sent me in the past to places I didn't want to be, but I'm glad it worked for you today.
It did, definitely.
You are an author and an artist.
Correct.
Before we get to this book, I want to talk a little bit about your artwork. I was fortunate enough to see a piece that you did. If you had to categorize yourself as an artist, I mean, what kind of genre would you throw yourself into as an artist?
Well, I do just about every single medium.
Okay, really?
Okay, yeah. Abstracts, photography. I've won awards for my etchings at the Lichtenstein Center of the Arts in Pittsfield.
Very nice.
Yeah, there was, when I was in college, it was a juried show. 13 colleges in New England all got in, and I was one of them.
That's great. Are you still actively painting now?
What I did is, since I've been working on this book, for the
You
last
say that
four,
like it's a
Yes.
definite journey.
It is. It is a dream of mine,
That's
and
good.
it came true.
Okay.
You know, but it took 2.5 decades to do it.
But you do get a break now and then to do a little bit of
Oh, I
artwork,
do.
hope,
Oh,
you know?
definitely I do. Sculpture is also a medium that I like
I love
because
sculpture, sure.
it was the medium that brought out, you know, the things that were in me from years ago.
Yeah.
With my
Sculpture
mentor.
is
Yeah.
very therapeutic because you're using your hands
Correct,
and you're
it's like
actually
drawing.
molding something.
But the thing is this.
Yeah.
If you said to me, make me a horse, I can't. I can't make anything.
Yeah.
I look into the clay and I start to draw with my thumbs.
That's great.
All of a sudden I see something.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then it becomes like a melting face.
Right. Well,
Or it becomes, you know, something pretty. But most of the time it comes out similar to that. So one time what I said was it was winter. And I said, I am going to make something pretty.
Okay.
Okay? So I said, I'm going to make flowers in a vase. I'm sick of this stuff that always comes out, you know, like melting faces and people hooked together screaming, and I call it ecstasy and agony. But the thing is that I am very prolific, okay?
Okay.
Once I start something, watch out.
Don't get
I
in the
did
way.
130 of them.
You're kidding me.
Flowers in a vase, and they're abstracts. I did 50 of them, a one-woman show in Pittsfield. I sold quite a bit of them. They're very beautiful,
You were
childlike.
demanding that summer come back, I think, is what you were looking for.
No, I think
you
I was
did it in the
searching-
middle of the winter.
No, in my book will tell you what I was searching for.
Okay.
To grab back my innocence.
Okay. Well,
And
then
that's
on,
what,
on that,
you know,
let's.
but,
I think that the title of the book, "Madness Broke the Rose," is that saying anything? Is this autobiography at all, or is this about Susan Rose at all?
Oh yes, it's my life.
It's your life.
And I must say, this is just an outline of my life. I think I could have a series, as a matter of fact, about my life, because I had no fear. I was slightly manic most of my life,
Okay.
and so your decision making is a little bit off.
Yeah.
So sometimes you make good decisions, bad decisions, but you're a chance taker. So you go in places most people would not tread. You know, so I had an exciting life.
Let's talk about the journey a little bit.
Sure.
Especially if you're putting it down in this kind of form where you're sharing your experience and your life with everybody.
Yes, and it's,
Let's start here.
Okay,
when did you start to realize and notice that there was something that had to be written down for you?
Well, I
and
had to
something
be
that you
stable
needed-
enough, it's that basically.
Okay.
So it took me 2.5 decades of a lot of work to get there.
Okay.
And this was my dream, to be stable enough to write something that most people cannot write. Like most of your doctors or your actresses like Patty Duke, they got to keep things close to the vest. What I do is I tell, where they stop, I tell the rest. I tell the embarrassing parts. I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing
tell
but the
you
truth.
tell the real story.
I tell it
I think
raw.
a doctor can study as much as they want, and they can read as much as they can on studies and observe all they want, but they cannot honestly tell me how you feel or how it feels or what it does to you as a person.
Correct. And there is no self-censorship. And what I do is I take some stories, but you can imagine having a mental illness, that there are some traumatic experiences in there. But what I do is I put humor right after it, so that it's not, so you can read it.
Right.
And so that at the end, you will find so much hope after that journey you read that. And
do you think putting
it's a subject? Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's
but
quite all right. No.
It's a subject that's so misunderstood.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's the other thing too. I wanted to educate people on what it's really like.
Okay. What I was going to ask, and just to clarify maybe a little bit about what you were saying is, after something that's very traumatic and emotional that happens in the book, you kind of bring it back and you put a little bit of humor in there. Are you doing that to kind of not spare the the person a little bit, or maybe bring them back a little bit to, but it's okay?
But it's okay, because in the end, we have the happy ending.
Well, here you are.
I mean, yes.
Here you are.
In
This is the happy
1989, there were only 3 medications, and that's when I had the psychotic break.
Okay.
I lost everything. I used to live in Westford, Mass, and I lost my marriage, I lost my job, I lost my health, I lost my children, and I was on the street. And when I got to the hospital...
This was what year?
1989. And by the time I got to the hospital, I was past the psychosis. I basically was insane. And when I got there, they asked me to count, and I couldn't even do that. Yeah, I stayed in there for about 2.5 months.
Now, in '89, I think that probably the medical field's understanding of a lot of this might not be what it is today.
Absolutely not. There was only 3 medications.
Yeah.
Stelazine, Thorazine, and lithium.
The big ones.
Yeah, the big ones. It's like when Dr. Walter Friedman, who was called the Angel of Mercy, and then at the end was also called the Moral Monster, when he had his reign. I do talk about that in here. He was doing lobotomies on patients without consent. He didn't want to do it into the the operating room, because it was too expensive. So what he did was he rendered the patient unconscious with
It's okay.
Oh, isn't that awful?
With something.
No, electric shock. That's what I couldn't think of. And the patient would be out for 4 minutes, and within 3 minutes, he used an ice pick and a hammer. He took the ice pick and he wedged it between the eyeball, and he took a hammer, a regular hammer, an ice pick, and he hit that and went through the cranium, took the ice pick and went back and forth and wiped out the frontal lobes. That went on because for many, many years.
Is this something that happened to you? No.
No, but it's a PBS, okay, a CD from a library. I looked at it and I said, oh, there's a doctor looking at a X-ray. So I put the CD in. I was like, what? I was shocked because there was regular footage, of him actually performing that procedure. He did it on even the soldiers that came back from, battle fatigue.
Right.
I mean, it's quite anybody can pick it up on the internet. Dr. Walter Friedman, the Moral Monster.
But I think that our journey.
So what is it? Yeah.
Our journey as a society and as a medical practice has traveled in such a great way since then.
Yeah, well, doctors only talk between doctors, and that's why it lasted so long. But today, with Facebook and everything. Nothing, you're not going to get away with something like that.
Do you think that the advances in social networking and that communication is such a way that it is today that kind of thing would be known about instantaneously and would be prevented, obviously, right?
Absolutely. And you can pick it up on the internet.
Now, where does the book start? Let's
well,
get does it start with where I'm not going to read it.
I know. I'm not going to let you read my book.
That's not fair.
No, you know what I did?
What?
I said, look, it is my dream, okay? I want to give this away. That's how much this book means to me.
Of course.
Because and mental illness is so misunderstood.
Yes.
And we get a bad name. Hey, look, I'm what they call the post child, okay, for mental illness.
Well,
okay?
it also used to be the family shame,
well,
too,
yeah,
wasn't
well,
it? It was embarrassing to families at times, and they'd
yes,
try and
well,
hide it
I
away.
talk about that.
Yeah.
My mother's sisters, okay, 3 of them were hospitalized,
Right.
okay, in institutions. I didn't really know about it, but I met maybe one of my aunts. But she was my family tree is just full of it. I mean, my brother has it. I have it.
Really?
Yeah.
It's genetic, you think?
I think so, definitely. It is just too much.
In one family.
Yeah.
To blame it on
on
the oatmeal.
Yeah, you got it.
Can't be the oatmeal.
No, it can't be the oatmeal.
Talk about the writing process. I mean, when you're writing, is it something that you're so? Well, I can only imagine that if it's about Susan and if it's about your life and it's about your experiences, that you can probably sit down and write it at any time.
Well,
is it something that you have to kind of discipline yourself to sit down and write? Because you said this is how many times through? Proofing?
Okay, that's the second proof, but it's taken me 4 years. Long story, but this editor is super. I was going somewhere with that. You asked me.
Oh, well, I was asking you the writing process. Are you able to sit and write any time?
When I started, okay, the first part of the book was a very traumatic experience when I was a child. So I wrote it down, and it was like, whoa. I mean, it just hit me, and I was just like, I can't write this again. I got to get away from this for a week. That's how disturbing it is.
Yeah.
And it brought back more memories.
Sure.
Okay, so there's a lot of those kind of things that have happened to me in my lifetime.
Has writing it and sharing it been helpful for you?
It's been an absolute catharsis.
Has it really?
Absolutely. It was painful, but
well, I think anything.
But it was joy. I mean, when my gave me that book, I mean, I looked at it, and I mean, this was a dream, but dreams just don't happen. People at the end of their life, they say, "Where my dream? I didn't get it." It's a journey.
Yes, it is.
It's a process.
It's called life.
It's called life. Absolutely. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Well, will you read this again?
I have read it.
You have?
Oh,
Is it any
yeah.
good? Do you like it?
Well, you know what? My editor gave it to, okay, the librarian who reads every book. He said he has never, well, just about. I mean, I don't mean every single book. Sorry
She'll
about
leave
that.
the encyclopedia.
That one alone. But reads quite a few of the books that come in.
Yep.
He said he's never read a book like it in his life, and he said, when it's published, I want 2 of them.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, one for him and
And
one to give to somebody.
my therapist of 15 years, who's on the back here and says, the book is a chronicle of Susan's life journey from a crippling mental illness to her rich, full life as an artist. I had the privilege of witnessing her transformation during this long and often difficult trek. Through it all, her determination, humor, and perspective prevailed. This book has uncovered a strong, articulate, compassionate, and humorous woman whose story is moving and a lesson to us all.
Oh, that's beautiful. You know, everybody needs somebody to have that kind of confidence in them. You know, I can only imagine that your therapist, the editor, the librarian, and anybody else that picks up this book will be mesmerized by the journey that you've taken and the place you've ended up, where you are now. Some of your artwork is dark.
Yeah,
this piece on the cover is very dark.
But you should see those flowers I did.
No.
I have like this. Well, the Breen Center where
Is that where you
I've
show
been
your work?
going.
Yeah.
They want. Well, here you see. They said, I'd like to hang those indefinitely.
Yeah.
This was 4 years ago. I said indefinite. Wait a minute. That's 1 millisecond to eternity.
Tell me the truth. Don't make them.
We just wrote out another agreement. They're used. They're
What
6 of them.
are they made out of?
There's
Are they
ink.
clay?
No,
Oh,
it's
these are
ink and
paintings.
watercolor
Okay.
paintings.
Yeah.
They're poster size.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay.
That's
I
great.
made 130 of these, but not all poster size. Like I said, I'm very prolific when I start something.
Well,
know.
next time you come
And they're
back, when you
hanging
come when you come back,
Okay.
and you will, we're gonna leave the book alone. We're gonna talk about just your art. I'm gonna show some of your work and stuff.
Okay.
Will that be okay to do
That's
that?
fine because
Where
I
can
got a
people
lot
get? Where
of
can
it.
people get this book?
Now this book, okay, is right now my editor has it on CreateSpace. The account is in there. And when you self-publish, okay.
Yeah, this is
the thing-
self-published, isn't it? Yes.
Right. Yeah, I like self-publishing because they can't change a cover. They can't say you got to take
You're in
out
charge.
this.
You're the
can't-
boss.
You got it.
Yeah,
it's mine. It's still mine, and I can do whatever I want with
Yes.
it. And the and the great thing about CreateSpace
Where
is you know
can
what you
people
can do.
get it?
Well, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, CreateSpace and self-publishing, you have the opportunity, okay, to have 5 proofs. Okay.
You were explaining that to me.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's why I wanted to tell people about self-publishing, which is so good about it, is you only have 5 though.
Yeah.
The last one, you just have to.
It's out.
It's out there. You know, so I can go now, and I'm finished with the second proof, and it's really good. And I'll look it over, and I might say, okay, put it out there.
So this isn't
I only
this isn't
have
ready
2
for people
more.
yet.
Not at this very second.
You will tell me the very second it is, though.
Oh, I certainly will.
That's great. Susan,
But
go ahead.
just one quick thing
One
is
quick
that
thing, yeah.
you can also buy these books off of them to make it cheaper.
Oh
And
yeah,
you
go
can-
right to them. That's the way to go.
No,
No
yeah,
question. They'll put it out on Amazon. They'll put it
Yeah,
out all over
but I
these
can buy
places.
them.
Yeah.
Is the thing, and I can
Yes.
sell it to people cheaper because I didn't do this to make money.
No, I know why you
didn't
did it.
do this to make money. I don't even want any royalties. I want people to read this.
Don't
'cause they
sign anything
need
that
to.
says that, okay?
Huh?
Do me a favor.
I know,
Don't
I'm not
sign
gonna
anything
sign-
that says that.
No, but you can see the passion.
Yes,
and the,
I do. I understand.
You know,
I
and
do.
the,
It's you.
You know, it's got to be told.
Yes.
You know.
Susan, thank you. Thank you for coming
Thank
in and
you.
sharing. Thank Lisa when you see her too.
Oh, you better
know,
believe
'cause,
it.
She turned us on to you, and now I've got another
She's a
person to
terrific
come
person.
to come back in and spend some time with us. We'll do your art next time. Do you promise?
I promise.
Thank you, Susan, for coming
Thank
in.
you.
I really do appreciate it.
I appreciate
Listen, gang, we'll be back in just 1 minute. Please do not go away. We've got a couple minutes left. We'll be right back. Thanks.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Different view, dream come true. Bolts of lightning from the blue.
welcome back, gang. Thanks an awful lot for hanging in there with us. And back on set, of course, is Val. Thank you, Val. How are you?
I'm great. I'm still heart's pounding still a little bit from the first segment of Val's View. I was really nervous.
That's okay. You did a great job. I love the background. Where'd you get that?
Oh, I actually found that image online. I'm a huge fan of that sort of watercolor splash. So I'd like to actually make my own background. I was thinking
That'd be awesome.
This little hiatus that we're going to have since for the holiday next week. I want to make my own. So.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. And Susan was a great guest. I love to see when people are that enthusiastic about something that they're doing.
Yes.
And it's such a, I think I can call it brave journey that she's doing because of that stigma that mental disease or mental illness has, to be able to get out and write about the personal experience about it, and then go out and push it, and make sure people hear it and understand it, because it's still, unfortunately, it still has that quotation marks next to it, as something that's, it is horrible, but it's very capable. It's copable.
Yes.
People can obviously turn into amazing artists and authors with or without. So we're off next week. Is that true?
Yes.
We're off next week. So what are your plans besides watercoloring?
Well, speaking of weddings, I'm actually going to be going down to New York City for a wedding.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me you're getting married.
No. Going down to New York City
You
for a
better tell
wedding.
your boyfriend if you're going to do that.
I let him know if I'm getting married, yes.
That's great. Hey, I went to your Facebook page. You do some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of fun.
I like to have fun.
Yeah, it looks like you have a great group of friends there. That's a lot of fun. I want to thank them all for joining our Facebook page.
Absolutely.
We got a lot of your friends to join us, and that was really, really kind of cool. We do have a Facebook page. It's a couple of weeks old. We're pushing close to 150 likes already. We're very, very proud of that.
Awesome.
And we would like you to go to our Facebook page. It's all about arts. And if you go there, and you'll see Val and my picture there, sitting here doing whatever.
Our smiling faces.
Doing something.
Yep.
Please like us. Let us know that you're out there. Because that's where you get to see, we'll be posting there these shows that we're doing. And we also post a bunch of announcements on what we're doing and whatnot. So have a great couple of weeks off. Maybe I'll see you Saturday down the square.
Oh, absolutely.
It's the square, by the way, not the village.
All right, the
I'll
square.
I'll get you straightened up. Get you
Get
Rosie
the real Rosie. ROSS.
IE, that's it. Listen, gang, thanks an awful lot for being here with us. Enjoy it. Listen, when we come back, school will be back. Yeah. Kids will be back. So I'm going to be one of the first to shout out. Be careful. The kids are out. They're walking the boot. And we'll see you in September, I guess, right?
Yeah, see you September.
Okay.
All
Thanks
right.
an awful lot, gang. Listen, get out there, do something artful for yourself. And like we like to say every week, please, keep in the forefront of your minds our mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews on foreign soil. Please, do something artful, do it for them. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye, guys.